Question for you. I don't know how far you've gone in on various opponents, but just what do you make of the roster Matt Rhule is putting together, or if not the program that he's establishing as we're going into year two?
Again, it's hard to follow everybody else's programs. Obviously, you go in recruiting battles against guys like that in Nebraska, especially in our geographic area and location, and so I can see they're doing a really good job. And we had a great game with them last year, so you probably know them a little bit better than you do, even some of the newer opponents. But I think that, they got to do things in the way that which they got to do them, and maybe a little bit different than us, but nobody knows. Like, if you're not within the program, you don't really know what that is and how that's going. But to me, it's still, college football is about development. And you take any 18, 19, 20-year-old that's walking into your program, and what it is that you do within that program, whether it's, like some of our guys that come for 8 months, unfortunately, to those guys that are there for 4, 5, and 6 years, that's where the greatest difference is. And regardless of winning the recruiting battles, and look, they're keeping score, we're trying to win, and we all understand that, but the biggest difference in figuring out where guys' programs are going is seeing what those guys walking in the door, what they look like in a year, 2 years, 3 years, and ultimately how they play.
This is the last one. Oh. Your 24 class, I counted 13 players from 13 different states.
Yeah.
Is that intentional, or is that unique, or is that
if you said,
coast to coast?
what's one of the biggest surprises that you've had in a year and a half or 2 years in Madison? I would say I never realized the stretch we would have and the pool we would have is far away. I really came in thinking that it was going to be the Big Ten footprint. It was going to be, Wisconsin, Chicago, Ohio, and do your South, and maybe we'll dabble in the East Coast and things. And the brand is really strong, and the ability to go coast to coast. I had no idea that we could do that and get the type of kids that we have over the last 2 years. And I think that's a great asset to us. That's a great thing that I obviously overlooked and didn't recognize, and it's paying off. I really do think that in the last 2 years, the guys that we have and are bringing in are developing and got a chance to be really, really, really good football players, and they're not just from this footprint of the Big Ten. There's several kids from the East Coast, from Connecticut to Philly to DC, as well as Florida, and then obviously over to Hawaii and California. So even in year one, I didn't recognize that, but I actually, after year two, it started to become, hold on, can this really work? And then year three, as we've done this, to see how strong we've been, even in the East Coast with some really good players, has been a little bit eye-opening to me, and just gives us an opportunity to spread and still hone in on the ones that are the right ones for us.
All right, we're going to jump on the BTN set. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.